Alright guys, today we are over in Winter Park, which is all the way over here. Um, you should start with the New Oxford teleport. Yeah, New Oxford right there. I took my starter vehicle from the tutorial island and I drove it all the way over here. Today I am using a different weapon. I am using the Ozapin LRS1X1. The reason I'm using this, the damage is not much higher than the Z12 Barbella. I believe that's what it's called. But the big thing is the skill requirements. So I was getting less and less skill gains with the other weapon. So this is a good increase just so I keep getting those skills so I can continue to work toward being able to use the Armor Mix or Matrix LR10. So today we are going to be doing a 15 PED hunt, and our target is going to be these Exarosaurs here in Winter Park. Winter Park is a great place because there's essentially unlimited spawn here. That's the only thing I think that spawns in this zone, and they are just crazy all over the place. Could do this without armor. I just have mine on, just help reduce some of the damage, but let's get this started. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video. I figured you guys might want to be able to kind of see what type of returns. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. Just making sure my inventory was empty there so we can see kind of all my returns we end up getting. Ideally also we really want to track down and focus on these codex challenges. The rewards get better and better for you get in. So that athletics bump is going to be nice. That's going to give us a nice evader increase. So, and I have noticed it's probably because of this weapon is a little bit higher on the, spend per shot because it has a higher durability, or repair cost, I should say. My drops seem to be a little bit bigger because full TT value of this gun is 10 PED versus the Z12 Barbella is 1 PED. So I think that kind of adds into it. I don't think this gun seems to have quite as far range, but I should be able to do alright. Let's see. I think what I'm getting like 0.4% per kill, so I don't expect to finish this rank of the challenge this go, but we'll see. I actually earlier today I got a little, I think it was like an 8.25 total PED drop from one of these guys, which is not super crazy, but it is my best drop from these guys that I've gotten, which is nice. I've been thinking about also doing maybe I know I did the one mining video. I'd like to get some feedback on that, guys. If you guys maybe want to see some more newbie mining videos, I think if I'm going to do them, I'll probably actually use the TT finder or whatever, just because you can get more drops with that since I'm going to be using a smaller amount of PED. I just don't have the bankroll to be able to, do like 50 drops with those, like the F101, because that gets spendy. But really trying to get that laser hit 10 and laser damage 10. That's my big goal here. Also, I'm thinking about doing a sweat video of just help out people who are really trying to do free to play. I will say if you plan on depositing anything. Um, Sweating is kind of very disheartening because it's going to take you, I don't know, like an hour and a half, 2 hours of sweating work essentially to get like 1K sweat. And in that, 1K sweat's only worth 1 PED, so it's 1 to 2, like hour and a half, 2 hours, it's 10 cents essentially is what you're looking at. So would you rather have taken that time and just deposited it than done something else in that time? Who's to say? It's up to you, however you want to play. Some people get more enjoyment out of feeling like they've kind of like earned something from nothing, but in my opinion, my time is worth something. Ooh, that's a good hit. I actually ended up getting my car from the tutorial blown up on the drive out here. I was almost to the actual Winter Park, like, respawn area. I got blown up, which caused me to die. When I respawned, I actually popped up in at their revive station, so it's kind of shitty. I'll probably end up buying a new vehicle, um, just something so I can get around a little easier. I was thinking about just something flying so I can get around without to worry about getting hit by monsters. That way I can kind of get some of these teleporters that are out of the way. But I have to look in to see what the cheapest one is. It's alright if it takes a while to do it. Oof. Starting to beat me up some. I might have to make sure to start hitting some of the ones that are further away here. That one looks good. Also, I really want to try out the Mind Force stuff. Who doesn't want to try out some sci-fi magic, right? It's not cheap to get into, so I have to really want to plan it out. I don't want to end up buying the wrong thing first. I've seen I think the arson chip is nice, um, but it's kind of it's a DOT, a dot, does damage over time, so it's not something useful in all situations. That would be really good as extra bonus damage if you're trying to fight something that's higher level, especially if you're trying to fight that respawn or that regen. Because you throw that on there, it swaps your gun, fire away. It would really allow you to burn down those targets really quick. Oof, I'm being attacked in the back. I might pull out my sword to kill him. Pull him back to that body so I can kind of do two things at once. I'm already down. We have, I don't know what, we've already gone through 5 PED, so I don't think I've made that back. Yeah, not yet. Hopefully we end up getting some better drops here. This is actually going pretty quick, at least it feels like it's going pretty quick. I actually made money back on these guys earlier with that 8.25 PED drop, 8.25, which was great. It's not something you can expect to happen all the time, though. Obviously, the Mind Dark gods gotta make their money out of us somehow. Having loot skewed in their favor kind of does that. God. This guy's gonna end up killing me. I'll pull out my VS10 or whatever, or SV10 before that happens. And help him in the middle of a big spawn here. Let's run out this way. I think my good loot I got earlier was actually on a Exarosaur, an old one, so that maturity difference might also really help with the loot pool. So we'll see. Let's see if I can try to aim for more of these older ones. Do you think that might help? Haven't made a whole lot of progress. I'm at rank 7 so far, so it does slow down, but it does you can get really good boosts to your skills. I would suggest you guys picking one, sticking with it for a while. I think if you can find a good spot for drones, I know Fort Sisyphus, I think, is a good spot for drones. Drones is one that's, yeah, Fort Sisyphus is a good one. So I've been told, and there's a pretty abundant amount of spawns out there. So that might be the one I work on next, especially since I actually have some armor plates. I have the B3 armor plates on this armor because I was using the armor from my what's it called? From the silver pack, but they had, I think it was lacking, I want to say burn protection. Or no, sorry, their protections were a little lower on everything. So it was making it kind of hard. This stuff I ended up getting from doing all the quests and stuff in the area, and but their penetration resistance was lower. So I was looking at a way that would be able to kind of bump up my penetration resistance a little bit. So I went with armor plates. They also take minimal to like 0 damage, so they don't really affect my repair bill that much. And when it comes time to getting new armor, allows me just to throw them on like a pixie or adjusted pixie or whatever if I end up getting some of that, which I think that is my plan. Either that or what's the other adjusted one? Starts with an M. Someone's probably selling some. Maybe someone's not selling some. Anyway, whatever. These claws that Scorpion's trying to sell, these things are pretty rad. Look at that efficiency right there. 78. Brawler is pretty high. Obviously, I'm nowhere near that. I feel like for level 20 skill requirement, the ammo burn's pretty low too. So looking at for a fist weapon, essentially, I was surprised it had a 5-meter range. But I think these would be rad to have. I definitely don't have probably the money he wants for them, because that's definitely, I think, outside my price range, especially since he's probably wanting to sell it with the Fen amp, which I don't think adds that much damage. I would rather have the, like a gamma or whatever instead of the trauma amp. I'd rather have a gamma just for that lifesteal. You're gonna be up close. I mean, might as well get a little health back per hit. Also increase your avoidance and dodge and all that. Reduce the chance of you being, hit too. So, but it's just a personal preference. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. Sorry about that. About the more the how much more skill gains. I'm getting more and more ticks than I was when I was using the other gun. I don't know if it's just feels that way or what. I haven't gotten any of the skill increase bonuses, but I just feel like I was getting less ticks using the other one since I was pretty much maxed out for skill wise. I mean, just today, I think I was like around here at 6, so on the hit. So I've gotten a good chunk of hit today, which is great. Oof, I feel like these drops they're killing me here. Not doing good. If I could get those consistently, it wouldn't be bad, but not the case. Young, young. That was weird. I don't know if you guys saw that, but my guy like fell a little bit. All these guys are young. Let's move off over this way. Maybe we can find old. Yeah, let's kill some of those. They have a lot better potential loot, I believe. And I'm debating going to trying to get to that other planet. What is it called? Cyrene. To do the the hammer mission. Even if you never use the hammer for combat, it still gives a 10% run speed increase, I think, for having it out, which isn't astronomical, but for a guy who I don't have a ring to do it, my pet won't do it, so speaking of pets, I need to continue to do this stuff. I need to get this thing to level 30, which it's gonna take some time, guys. If you have any tips or tricks on how to level up your pets faster besides just greeting or doing tricks, obviously, with it, let me know, because this is kind of excruciating. Oh, we've passed the quarter mark, or we're down to less than a third of our ammo left, I should say. Oh, not a bad drop there, but we got to get more and more of those if we're trying to stay afloat here. Also, what I end up doing, I recommend you guys do it too. Kind of in your storage, just if you ever come out ahead on a hunt, I tend to just stick the extra in its own spot in my storage. That allows me to kind of just have like a rainy day fund, essentially, which allows me to do some other stuff. I don't have a whole lot in there right now, but you know, keep at it. This is definitely a game where you'll have to put some money in, just like any other game. I mean, shit, if you play WoW, it's 15 bucks a month plus $60 for every expansion. 50, 60 bucks, I should say. That adds up, especially if you're someone who's bought in every single expansion. What, they're like on their 14th or 15th expansion? It's like $900 in expansions plus the time frame in which you would have to have paid for 15 bucks a month for that entire time. You're talking close to $2,000, right? Or more? Yeah, or more. So, I think if you invested that into this game, that's assuming you never paid for server transfers or any of that. So, the biggest thing in this game, I think, is really trying to stay eco. You're going to get the most out of your playtime. If you really want to stay eco, it's a good chunk in the beginning, but honestly, I think it's the either buying the gold pack, which is $30, comes with a lot of nice benefits, but it does come with the damage amp, which is what I was really referring to it as for. But if you don't want to do that, if you just want to get don't buy a starter pack or you're already an established player, I would honestly um, look into one of the Omega 10 A like 101s to the A104. Those laser weapon damage augs are very efficient. I believe they're all around like 83% efficiency, but the A101, it adds 3 damage penetration, but it has 0 extra ammo burn. So it's a really good AUG or attachment just to throw on a low level weapon if you're just trying to level up Pistolier or something, or if you're just trying to do like a really low PED hunt for your videos or whatnot. It's something that I want to get, but they run for about 200 PED, so it's just sitting down and actually essentially putting 20 bucks down for one item, which something that I will eventually do. I mean, if you want to go above that and get like the 102 at that rate, honestly, you might as well just get the 104, because the 102 through the 104 all has 100 ammo burn. The 104 adds like 12 DPS or something, or 12 penetration, I think. So yes, if you're using it on a smaller gun, you're not going to be getting the max potential damage out of it, but it's something you'll be able to grow. It will grow with you essentially, because you just got to put it on a higher damage gun so you can make use of the extra attachment damage essentially. And those are unlimited items, so you don't gotta worry about breaking them. I mean, that is a lot of money though to throw toward a attachment, especially if you don't do a whole lot of hunting. I'd say hunting is kind of my primary way of playing this game. Just what I think is fun. So it's probably something that I'm going to end up doing. It's funny because you can find the A104s, generally speaking, for cheaper than you can get the A101s. I think it's because the A101s don't have that ammo cost. So it allows people to spend less in ammo. And they can still get a little bit of bonus damage. And I think their durability is very good versus the 104 is just good. So you're going to get the 101s are going to last you pretty long. Oh, that's a pretty good drop. It's like 86 peck. Not the best, but our best one in this video for sure. As you see, I've been able to do all this without healing at all. Just start slowly killing things that are a little bit further away. And definitely did not make my ammo back, at least not in just shrapnel. I'm going to try to cut this here. Oh. Yeah, we definitely did not come back positive on this one. We might be around 9. Yeah, it might be around 9 PED, so down 6. Not the best run here. Mainly I'm here for skills though, guys. I just logged in prior to this video, didn't do anything else. Was off doing stuff with the girlfriend for Valentine's Day. But as you can see, in this short amount of time, I gained 12 anatomy, a decent, chunk of my laser damage, and I even got a couple percentage in the mastery essentially for my weapon. So that's pretty good. Let's see what our overall gains here are. Fragments also aren't going to really show up on here, but oh, almost 10. Okay. So let's see for repairs what we got. That's all weapon really. It's 1.5 in weapon. Smudging extra, which, yeah, armor is not really even a concern there. There's probably less than 10 pec in that, so probably could have done without having my armor on. Still would have been, you know, 6 pec because it's 160, 1.6 ped, 160 pec in weapon cost essentially there. This weapon cost me more to repair, obviously, than the Z Barbella, but it is what it is. I'm getting more skills, so it all depends on what you're willing. You're gonna pay one way or the other. All right. Um, all right, guys. Hope to see you out there hunting. Catch you later.